Everyone asks the same question. Is this the Bambu Lab X1C killer? My honest answer, after living with it, it's not a killer. It's a heavyweight boxer in a different weight class. I went straight for the jugular on my first print, a full-sized, multicolored Mandalorian helmet. I didn't want a benchy. I wanted to see if that 350mm build volume and the new Color Filament System, CFS, could actually work together without jamming 20 hours in. Spoiler, it finished, but not without me hovering over it like a nervous parent. Design and build quality. The first thing you notice is the scale. This machine is an absolute tank. The die-cast aluminum alloy frame feels incredibly rigid, significantly more so than the K1 Max. It's heavy, nearly 40 kilograms with the CFS, so don't plan on moving it often. The aesthetics are industrial premium. The heavy glass door seals with a satisfying thud, which is essential for the active heating chamber. However, I encountered a practical annoyance immediately. The CFS unit sits on top by default, making the total height nearly a meter. If you have shelving above your desk, you're in trouble. I actually had to move it to the floor at one point, because the inertia from the print head throwing itself around at high speeds caused my standard IKEA desk to wobble, introducing Z-banding artifacts. You need a rock-solid surface for this machine. Key features in action. The CFS. This is Creality's answer to the Bambu AMS. It holds 4 spools, expandable to 16, and automates loading and unloading. In practice, it's about 85% successful. When using Creality's own RFID-chipped Hyper PLA, it's magical. Drop it in, and it knows the color and material. However, when I used third-party cardboard spools, I ran into friction issues. The retraction gears sometimes struggle to pull filament back if the spool rim is dented or soft. I found myself printing printable rim adapters to keep things running smooth. It works, but it lacks the set-it-and-forget-it polish of its main competitor. Active chamber heating. This is the feature that actually sold me. Unlike most enclosed printers that just trap passive heat from the bed, the K2 Plus actively heats the chamber up to 60 degrees Celsius. I tested this with a large ABS storage bin. On my K1 Max, large ABS prints usually warp at the corners. On the K2 Plus, with the chamber set to 55 degrees Celsius, the parts came out with injection-molded streetness. If you print engineering materials like ABS, ASA, or PC, this feature alone justifies the price. Performance and daily reality. In terms of raw speed, the marketing claims 600 millimeters per second, but my daily driver speed settled around 350 to 350 millimeters per second for quality prints. The new FOC, field-oriented control, motors are a genuine upgrade. The movement is weirdly quiet, almost ghostly. Unfortunately, that silence is completely ruined by the fans. When the chamber fan and auxiliary fan kick in, this thing sounds like a server room. For software, I struggled with Creality Print. It has improved, but it still feels clunky compared to Orca Slicer or Bambu Studio. I eventually rooted the machine, which Creality surprisingly makes somewhat accessible, to run standard Caliper and Orca Slicer, and the experience improved tenfold. One specific reality check moment, I had a nozzle clog after a bad filament swap. On some printers, this is a 5-minute fix. On the K2 Plus, getting to the heat break required removing several screws and dealing with tight tolerances. It's not difficult, but it is tedious. Limitations and trade-offs. Space and weight. It is too big for a standard bedroom desk. You need a dedicated workshop table or floor space. Software. The native slicer holds the hardware back. You will likely want to migrate to a third-party slicer eventually. Filament pickiness. The CFS is fussier than I'd like. It loves plastic spools but fights with cheap cardboard spools unless you mod them. Noise. Do not put this in a room where you sleep or watch TV. Final verdict. The Creality K2 Plus is a beast, but it's a beast that needs a handler. It bridges the gap between consumer ease and industrial capability, leaning slightly towards the industrial side. Buy this if you need the massive 350mm cubed build volume for helmets, props, or large functional parts. You print ABS, ASA regularly and need the active chamber heating to stop warping. You are comfortable tinkering with slicer profiles or rooting caliper to unlock its full potential. Skip this if you have limited desk space, get a Bambu P1S or X1C or K1C instead. You print mostly PLA and just want a plug-and-play appliance experience with zero troubleshooting. Silence is a priority for your workspace.